What is up, Tetsuki Shoguns? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode we're concluding Mobile War History Gundam Burai. Last time the finals began, but were once again interrupted by zombie Tetsukis. Ikuruga of the Void, aka Amahodo Ryuji, came to help Chiyo, and Abisu of the Tide reveals that he is a Tetsuki on the inside. We were also teased a new version of Gundam Burai. This time Amatsure does a Naruto. A new Gundam fuses with a satellite. Gundam Burai transforms in order to go to space, and Ryuji fights against Tokugo. So let's conclude this. Kotetsu attacks the zombie Tetsukis in his new Gundam Burai Shinoichi. Gundam Burai Shinoichi is optimized using nanomachines and uses ancient equipment from Fudo Falls thanks to Susanoo. This could go into space by combining with the Tetsuki beast Yatagarasu. The new shoulder armor is the Tenka no Usode, and the arm armor is called the Tenka no Kote. The Kamui makes the armor glow white and the head emit flames. Weapons include the Habanakai Katana, the Hibashida Katana, which is retractable due to nanomachine, and Tetsuki Cannon Rekka. The Kisaragi school was originally created to fend off Onis. Kisaragi teaches Kotetsu, a sacred technique passed down throughout the generations. Tokugo and the Jiang is getting swallowed up by a dark spirit like Yuki Teru a few episodes back. Kotetsu tells everyone to spread Kotodama with them. Kotodama is word spirit. Japanese people believe that language has the ability to shape physical reality, and power dwells in words and names. It is rooted in Shintoism. Kotetsu's heart is burning like Domon's hands. All the Tetsukis work together. This page specifically seems to be a reference to the lyrics of the main Gundam opening, "Burn the swirling tide of blood, Gundam," or the line, "If you still have a raging, burning fighting spirit." Both kind of work in this situation. Hanzo even says, "What was that song?" Their fighting spirit is giving them power like no other, but it still doesn't seem to be enough for the self-healing zombie Tetsukis. Meanwhile, Amatsure says it doesn't matter what the shoguns do. He has already transcended. He uses the 10 keys and the Futsu no Mitama, which is a Shinto divine sword, to unlock a Mikaboshi. It appears that Bisu of the Tide is made up of nanomachines. He says, "Revive," another reference to the opening of Gundam. His body is absorbed by the Gundam, which looks like it came out of a portal created by a Tori gate. Out pops the out pops Gundam Sarutahiko. Gundam Sarutahiko is a life form from another planet, but bears the name Gundam. This was outcast from its homeworld and came to Earth to build a new army. This Gundam was stopped by Ninigi and was sealed away during the old era. The people inherited the technology and will of Ninigi. This will absorb Sarutahiko Surya, a satellite, giving it limitless powers. Abisu the Tide is now one with this Gundam. They activate the Yata no Kagami, which is one of the 3 imperial regalia of Japan, symbolizing wisdom and truth. They head to the summit of Mount Fuji. Ryuji goes after them while Shidoboshi and Kuroboshi watch Chiyo. It heads to the summit to activate the 36 lights based off of Hokusai's paintings. That is when Ikuruga stabs the Gundam in the back. Sarutahiko laughs and points up. He mentions Kagatsuchi, which is known as Prometheus in the West. This is the satellite in the sky from the old era. Ikuruga probably should respond by saying, "What's a satellite?" The lights from Mount Fuji gather towards the heavenly sky, which happens to be the satellite weapon. We learn that Reiamatsu was testing transferring his consciousness into a clone. This is what the Amatsu Institute was trying to make before Amahodo Enji burned the entire place to the ground. Reiamatsu attacks Kuroboshi. We flash back to the old era where a woman named Chiaki, who looks like Chiyo's mother, Chiharu, is sacrificing themselves for someone that looks like Shidoboshi. They are on a spaceship. In the past, Kuroboshi kept his distance from the Amahodo matriarch because of these dreams he has been having. He eventually tells her about the dreams. She believes that this may have been a past life. Chiharu gives him a star earring as a good luck charm to watch over the Amahodo family. She says she will be there when he is needed. Then we cut straight to Chiharu getting stabbed during the massacre. You had one job. We learn that Chiharu, like Kuroboshi's dreams, sacrificed herself. She says to protect Chiyo before dying in his arms. In the present, Kuroboshi awakens with the second wind. He begins fighting Amatsure. He slices through Amatsure, but he regenerates. He then slices off the arm holding the Futsu no Mitama, and his regeneration stops. Kuroboshi tells Chiyo to take the sacred treasure and get out of here. He stabs Amatsure and tackles him into the light of Mount Fuji, sending energy into space. The light explodes, killing both Amatsure and Kuroboshi, but it doesn't matter. Enough power has already been sent to the satellite. Ryuji tells Kotetsu of the situation when Chiyo and Shiraboshi come in on Kuroboshi's flying Tetsuki. Gundam Setotihiko flies into the sky. He is from RX-78, the celestial planet Ruinous. The satellite says that it is true Gundam, and it will be god of this planet. They can't grieve over Kuroboshi. They have to find a way up into space. Shiraboshi says that he could get into space with the help of Kuroboshi's Tetsuki beast, Yatagarasu. In Japanese culture, Yatagarasu is a legendary three-legged crow that is a messenger of Amaterasu. Both Ryuji and Kotetsu will handle this together. Gundam Burai attaches the Yatagarasu to create a winged form. Garuda is also using the Komaina's sword as well. Kotetsu says he will return to be by Chiyo's side. The two Tetsukis fly into the sky. Ryuji goes to help Shooter of Judgment and Tokugo in the Jion. He is still fighting off being consumed by the Onis, but he can't hold off much longer. Shooter and Ikura team up. Kotetsu can see Kuroboshi in the cockpit. He says that he transferred his consciousness into Yatagarasu before dying. Kotetsu heads into space to find that Gundam Setotihiko has fused with the satellite weapon. He tells the satellite to shut up and attacks it with his katana. He is fast, but Setotihiko is able to block. Kotetsu plans on taking his head. The satellite fires a giant Mega Protocol cannon on the Gundam. Kotetsu does a Mulaflaga. The satellite says, "Hey man, I'm your god, why aren't you listening to me?" He continues to fight back. That is when Gundams appear in Earth's upper atmosphere. They are Gundams from other nations. Gundam Excalibur, Gundam Kabaku, Gundam Alf, and Gundam Sutra. We got England, Scandinavia, China, and India. There were a bunch of people in the comments mentioning that this would be a great opportunity for Turn A to show up, representing whatever vague North America Turn A takes place in. But alas, they don't show Turn A. Many of you were so close to guessing the ending. They all team up to take down Setotihiko. Ikaruga and Garuda seems to be the only one left standing against the Jion. The Gundams in space keep cutting off the head of the satellite, but it keeps regenerating. Kuroboshi tells Kotetsu that if he pushes himself any further, he might not make it. But Kotetsu has no intention of putting out this fire. He unleashes the power of the 10 keys. Ikaruga and now Kotetsu have the Futsunomi Tama. Are you keeping up? Yeah, I'm struggling to. Gundam Burai rushes. He loses an arm, but it doesn't slow him down. He then uses the Kisaragi school of unparalleled swordsmanship, the Kisaragi secret technique. At the same time, on Earth, so too does Ryuji use the same technique. Kotetsu says he is going to slice through his soul. This persistence is what makes a samurai. He slices through his Tengu-looking ass soul, while in the real world, he chops off Setotihiko's head. He says with this demise, the second and third Gundam will come to destroy them. Kotetsu says they will fight them as well. Setotihiko explodes. Kotetsu says he could finally rest. The battle is over. This became known as the Hyaki Yako, which is an idiom for a parade of Onis. Tokugo revealed that he made a secret pact with Amahodo Engine after learning that the Amatsu Institute comes from a long feud from the old era. The Amahodos were ignored. In exchange, they would keep the Onis at bay. Tokugo officially clears up the Amahodo's shame. Suzura of the Veil opens up relations with foreign nations. You didn't do shit during this manga. There were apparently Abisu of the Tides throughout every nation. Oni still continue popping up occasionally. The newly revived Amahodos now dedicate themselves to fighting Onis. These Tetsuki hunters travel around the world. In the 31st year of the Tempo era, the samurai were able to bring peace. Chiyo shows Kotetsu her book about their stories. This is the Mobile War history from the title! Chiyo looks at her book when something falls from the sky. The princess runs towards the Gundam, creating a shooting star to find Kotetsu is still alive. She hugs him and abuses him at the same time. But Kotetsu tells her that something is coming. He is wearing something that looks closer to a space uniform. He points to the sky and tells Chiyo that a Gundam is being summoned. And that will conclude Mobile War History Gundam Burai. Unfortunate that they couldn't just end the story instead of leaving it up in the air for sequel bait. What do you think? Are you excited for a sequel series where they fight alien Gundams? They have to take this in a whole different direction if that is the case. This is still technically ongoing, so we may get more volumes in the future. This was a fun manga. Thanks to Amahodo Scans for translating this. Are there any other obscure Elseworld Gundam manga stories that you want to see covered? Let us know. But that will do it for now, Tetsuki Shoguns. Remember, don't let the fire in your heart go out. Peace.